Hello and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5, Blueprint Mastery, Door Systems and Interactive Portals. Previously, we finished with our data tables and our structures. We also finished with adding tags to our player starts. We placed player starts wherever we want to enter and exit the doors. And we added the tags to the player starts that are corresponding to... Wait, this is start, it shouldn't say start, nice. Early mistake, caught on, this should say exit a tutorial. Alright, now, we will keep the player start right here for now. We also did the second level, the tutorial 2 level. We added the player starts here and the corresponding tags. I'm also checking for mistakes. Exit B transfer. All right. And now let's go on and create our instance. So I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna go to Blueprint class. I'm gonna search for instance. And I want the game instance. Here it is. I'm gonna select it. I'm gonna call it GI Doors Tutorial. And then we need to go to project settings and search for instance. And instead of game instance, we want it to be GI Doors Tutorial in game instance class. Now, I'm gonna close the settings. They don't need to be saved. The autosave with every change we do. And I'm gonna open the game instance. And here we will create a very simple event. We're going to make a custom event and call it level transfer and create an input to it. It's going to be of the type string. It's going to be come from. We're going to be promoting this to a variable and we're going to start with get data table row. Not get data table row names, get data table row plain. And this is the node that retrieves us the information out of our data table. We could have a variable here with the data tables we want, but we will just use it manually. Select it manually from here, DT level change. Now, the row name, well, this come from will be our row name. As you can see from string, it auto translated it to name. The next thing we will do is we're gonna break the level change. We're gonna promote this to a variable and let's call it active player start. And then we're gonna open level by name and we're gonna connect next level to here. So what did we do? We created a level transfer event. We stored the came from, which will be the name of our current player start. And then we found that corresponding row in the data table. For example, this one will be exit a tutorial. And the next player start that we are saving is exit a transfer. So inside here, we are storing exit a player transfer to active player start. And then we are opening the level that we are supposed to open. Now, when we open the next level, this information over here has stayed here as it is, because as we said, the game instance is a global blueprint that stores information through level transfers. Let's go back to our level changer and change this open level to call from the instance the new function, the new event. So we're gonna get game instance. And this is how we find the game instance, as we did with the Gamemode. We're gonna cast to GI Doors tutorial, we're gonna make it a pure cast, and now that we know that this is the instance, we can get some information, which is the level transfer event. But as you can see, this event needs this come from. So we're gonna promote it to a variable, and we're gonna be exposing it on spawn and make it in instance editable. We need to get this player start tag, and let's copy it to come from in the teleporter. And actually we do not need the target teleporter, so we can safely delete that. And to be honest, we do not need the capsule or the arrow nor the root. Yep, already looks better. And lastly, remember that in the start I said that we will override the functionality where our game mode has a preset function on how to find the player starts. We're gonna override this behavior and create one of our own. To override a behavior that is already pre-scripted, pre-coded in any blueprint, we can go to the functions, actually not press the plus button, but over here it appears an override symbol. So pressing this, you can see the functions that we can override in this blueprint. We can select choose player start, here it is. Now, the logic of how this will work will be get all the player starts that we can find, search for the active player start. If you cannot find it, choose the start location. We will make some code to search for the start location also. Basically, that would be it. Now, how do we do this? Let's go back to the third-person game mode. First, I'm going to create a local variable that's going to be of the type boolean and call it player start not found. And when we begin the blueprint, when we begin the order of operations, I'm going to set it to true. Then I'm going to get all actors of class, and the class would be player start. Now this is a node that is a little bit heavy because it goes through all the actors of the level that are loaded, but since it's happening before the level starts, right now it's fine. Now from this list, I'm gonna for each loop, and I'm gonna check if I'm gonna get the tag player start tag, I think it's called, yeah, get player start tag, and I'm gonna compare it if it's equal start. I'm gonna select a branch here, and this will be saving our player start, the first player start. So I'm gonna promote this to a local variable, and name this start location. Now I'm gonna promote again, because if it's not the player start, then I'm gonna get game instance. I'm gonna cast to GI. I'm gonna convert to pure cast, and I'm gonna get active player start. And now from this player start tag, I'm gonna compare if these two are equal. If they are, then that's our new start. Let's name this player start. So if it has the tag start, it is the start location. If it has the tag of the active player start, it is the player start. we also need to set player start not found to false. And now in the end, we need to check if we found a player start. If we did, then yeah, I promoted this to a variable and not to a local variable, so I'm gonna delete this now and promote again to local variable player start. So I'm gonna connect this here. Let's bring the player start here. And if we have not found, if this is not true, so it's false, then player start is the player start we found. If the player start is not found, this means that we didn't find the active player start, then we're gonna set the player start, not get, to the start location. Naming convention here is not the best. Let's go test our system. Let's compile. Maybe I need to compile this too, of course. And compile again. And let's play. So, no, I'm being hasty. I need to add the player start tags. Oh, this says also start, so this is exit B tutorial. All right. The other ones we checked in the beginning of this lesson. So theoretically, this should work now. We are here. We can go back. We can go back. So we can't go back. I see nothing. So I'm guessing I haven't added to the next level the player tags, the door tags to the teleporters. Yep. That was it. Because right now it was trying to figure out what to do, but it couldn't. All right. Let's go back to the original level. So going this way and going this way, it works. So if I go this way, we reached the last room. But there is some more things to do. Okay, this was not correct. Let's see what it came from. But I just pasted this. All right, it works. And I'm off to nowhere. Why am I off to nowhere? First of all, it says it says something weird. Exit B transfer. But I do have the same mistake everywhere. It should be working. That's Let's test it again. Okay, so I'm guessing there was some spelling mistake. Yep, we got a transfer system that works. Great. I guess this is it for this one. I'm gonna see you on the next. Goodbye.